Oh, it's been amazing. Absolutely amazing. I lived here 16 years ago, so it's my first return in 16 years, and I'm very impressed. It's a much smoother transition than I thought it was going to be. And I've yet to visit some of my old haunts, so I plan on doing that in the next couple of weeks. It should be interesting. Well, I've just started investigating and learning about the efforts that have been made so far, from an infrastructure and an economic perspective. It sounds like, they were touting numbers, 3-point-something billion dollars in generated revenue, which is pretty significant and larger than Germany, so that's a pretty big deal. So, it sounds like, from what we heard today, that you guys are really on top of it. You're looking into everything from adding additional infrastructure to transportation to hotel accommodations, and really that's all the internal sort of workings are what's going to need to make it work. Okay, good question. Well, it's the first one on the continent of Africa, so that's a big deal. I think it's something that you guys should definitely honor and celebrate in a big way. I think the other thing that's going to be an interesting time is that as more and more stuff gets pushed online, right? And one of the things I talked about, it's going to be the very first World Cup that you're going to be able to watch everything from mobile devices. That's a big deal. And so I think that the fact that South Africa, that for the first time Africa's ever hosted this, to be able to tout something of such technological advancement is a big deal. I would be curious to see what kind, as a blogger and as a publicist who works with a lot of Web 2.0 companies, I would be curious what kind of efforts are being made to use social networks, social media, and blogging efforts internationally to bring conversations together for people who aren't going to be one of those lucky 3 million who will be sitting in one of these stadiums. That was pretty impressive. It sounds like these guys have thought of everything. I'm sure there's going to be glitches. It sounds like they still have to raise a couple more million and find 20,000 more hotel rooms and find, 1,400 buses. And so it sounds like, still there's a lot of work in progress. But, my understanding, Port Elizabeth Stadium is nearly done. A lot of these are expected to be completed in the spring and summer of 2009. So I think you guys are on your way. Hey, I just met him today. So I don't know. Give me a little time with him over the next few weeks, and I'll let you know.